Welcome everyone to Study Abroad for Organic Chemistry and Summer Physics. This is part of our Global Learning Opportunities Week. My name is Kelly Suniga and I am the Associate Director at UCLA Study Abroad Office, or IEO, of Advising and Outreach. And I am fortunate to have my colleague here from UCEAP. I'll allow her to introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amber Nicholson, and I'm the academic specialist for a variety of programs at the UCEAP system-wide office. But as it pertains to you all, I'm the academic specialist for the summer organic chemistry and physics program. So I'm also here to help support you and address any academic related questions that you all may have.
Wonderful. Thank you, Amber. We'll hear from Amber later on in the presentation. So who are we? We gave you a few acronyms. So I'll start with IEO. We are the UCLA International Education Office. We are your one-stop shop for study abroad. That means you can come and talk to us. If you are thinking about studying abroad, you can connect with an advisor or a program coordinator. And we know that sometimes you just want to hear from students like you who have done the programs that you're considering. So we can also connect you with study abroad returnees so that you hear from your peers. And again, today is part of Global Learning Opportunities Week. If you go to ieu.ucla.edu/GLOW, then you can access all of our webinars. All right, so what are we going to go over today? Briefly, I am going to cover our program offerings here at the UCLA Study Abroad Office, or IEO. But I won't go into detail. There is a study abroad session for all of these options and a study abroad 101. What we're really going to focus on is organic chemistry abroad. What do we mean by it? What is that experience like? What will you be taking? We will do the same for summer physics abroad, and we're going to expand and talk about academic culture, what to expect as a participant, and then finally go over program costs and funding options for both chemistry and summer physics. And finally, we want to give you the next step so that you can apply, and we will address any questions. So if you have any questions, please do enter them into the Q&A function on Zoom here. So what do we offer? What kinds of programs? So if you've come by and talked to us, you know that we have three types. UCLA Travel Study. These are faculty-led programs. You go abroad for 3 to 5 weeks during the summer. They are led by UCLA professors. You earn direct credit and you satisfy degree and or GE requirements. What you see is what you get is a way that I like to describe those offerings. Another summer option that students can take advantage of is the UCLA Global Internship Program. This is an immersive 8-week summer internship. You earn direct UCLA credit and you satisfy degree requirements. And all internships are for academic credit only. They are non-paid, and you can potentially satisfy major requirements. Definitely, you can earn units towards your degree. And then finally, today we are focusing on UCEAP offerings, or UC Education Abroad program. And UCEAP has anything you can think of: summer, quarter, semester, and year-long options. And you can earn UC units and make progress toward your degree. There is an additional process because they are not UCLA courses that you are taking abroad from the UCLA catalog. So you do have to petition to satisfy degree requirements such as major, minor, GE, foreign language, etc. I am going over this very briefly because I invite you to visit our GLOW offerings and watch the Study Abroad 101 if you want more information. So UCEAP. UCEAP is the system-wide office, and Amber introduced herself earlier. She is part of UCEAP and works with us very closely on several programs. So UCEAP Education Abroad program offers two distinct programs in which UCLA students may satisfy lower division STEM requirements abroad. All coursework has been pre-approved to guarantee credit upon successful completion of the program. And I don't want this to be misleading. This is not the only thing that UCAP offers, but the reason you're here is to learn about these offerings. So we are going to be talking about UCD in Dublin, University College Dublin, where you can take Dublin Summer Chemistry, Dublin Summer Physics, and then we are also going to talk about University of Glasgow in Scotland, and we will talk about the Glasgow Summer Physics program. So what is organic chemistry abroad? Let's start with organic chemistry. So if you search for this program in the UCEAP catalog or website, you will actually find it under Dublin Summer Chemistry. This is an 8-week program that goes from mid-June to mid-August at University College Dublin in Dublin, Ireland. And the great thing about this is that the UCLA Chemistry Department has approved the program curriculum to satisfy UCLA's Chem 30A, Chem 30AL, which is the lab, Chem 30B, and Chem 30BL, or the lab component. So it's great. You already know that if you go on this program, you can satisfy these requirements for your degree. The prereqs for this program are that students need to complete Chem 20A and 20B and Math 31A and Math 31B before going abroad and completing this program. So what does it look like? What will you be doing? So you are going to enroll in 2 classes, Organic Chemistry 1, which will run for 4 weeks. It will count for 6 units. And then you will transition into Organic Chemistry 2, which is also for 4 weeks and does count for 6 units. So at the end of this program, you will earn 12 UC quarter units. So all of your coursework, your grades, your units will automatically transfer to UCLA Record. And although these courses have been pre-approved, you still need to connect with your major advisor after the grades appear on your UCLA transcript so that they can update your DARS and show that you have satisfied those chem requirements. And just want to note here that because this is a UCEAP program, you won't actually receive a transcript from University College Dublin. All right, let's go into summer physics abroad. So UCEAP offers 2 programs with physics curriculum that has already been pre-approved to satisfy part of UCLA's introductory physics series. So you have the opportunity to study abroad for 8 weeks from mid-June to mid-August, and you can satisfy either Physics 1A, 1B, or Physics 5A, 5B. So these each are 2 of the 3 classes that make up UCLA's introductory physics series. So in Dublin, you can expect an 8-week program from late June to late August. This is at the same university as your peers that are going to be doing organic chemistry if you choose this program. So it's at University College Dublin in Dublin, Ireland. And the physics department at UCLA has approved the program curriculum to satisfy the Physics for Life Sciences introductory courses, 5A and 5B. So the first 2, 5A and 5B of the life sciences. If you want to participate in this program, you have to make sure you meet the prerequisites that you complete these courses with the minimum grade of C before going abroad, and that is Math 3AB, Math 31AB, or Life Sciences 30AB. So let's look at the other option. So you have Dublin or you have Glasgow in Scotland. So Glasgow Summer Physics is also an 8-week program that goes from mid-June to mid-August at the University of Glasgow in Glasgow, Scotland. And similarly, the UCLA Chemistry Department has approved the program curriculum to satisfy some of UCLA's physics courses. Now here you will notice 2 tracks. There is the Physics for Life Sciences, Physics 5A and 5B, and this is a unique offering here, Physics for Engineers, which is Physics 1A and 1B. So if you want to go to Scotland, you have 2 options depending on what you need. And there are also prereqs for these tracks. So Physics for Life Sciences students are expected to complete Math 3AB, Math 31AB, or Life Science 30AB before going abroad with the minimum grade of C. And if you want to do the Physics for Engineers track, then you have to make sure you complete Math 31AB and Math 32A before going abroad. And I will make a note that Math 32B is recommended. And again, a minimum grade of C is required. So to summarize, because I know that I went back and forth a few times here, if you are looking for Physics for Life Science, then you can find that in Ireland at the University College Dublin and in Scotland, the University of Glasgow. If you are looking for Physics for for physical science or engineers, that would be UK Scotland, University of Glasgow. So that's the only university you can take it at. All right, so now I'm going to talk about, actually, I'm not going to talk about this. Amber's going to talk about academic culture and what you can expect on that front.
Yeah, thanks, Kelly. Yeah, we could take a closer look at the academic structure for each program. So we'll start with chemistry, as we'll go in the same order that Kelly went in. The newest program is Dublin Summer Chemistry, which launched in 2019. This is a fast-paced program where you're going to be covering 2 quarters worth of organic chemistry over 8 weeks. So as Kelly mentioned, that's 2 4-week blocks. The class size on this program is small. It's usually 20 to 30 students. And daily classes take part in the morning and are complemented by tutorials and problem-solving workshops or labs in the afternoon. Each week is going to include 4 2-hour lectures, 1 1-hour problem-solving workshop with your course instructor, 2 1-hour tutorials, and 3 3-hour labs per week. Each week, you're also going to have an exam every week, as well as weekly homework sheets that will be graded as part of your course final grade. And the course final exams will be on week 4 and 8, respectively, at the end of each block. Exams are problem solving, not multiple choice. So it's probably pretty consistent with what you would experience at your home campus. During this intensive program, lecturers and teaching assistants are readily available to you, and you do have the advantage of small class sizes and tutors. One thing I will note is due to the fast-paced structure of this program where you're taking 2 courses over 8 weeks, so 1 course per 4-week term, that means that the times table or like rescheduling of assessments or exams is not going to be possible. So I will note, if you find that you're struggling or falling behind in this program, it would be important to talk to your faculty and tutor immediately. And I'll also note that faculty members are oftentimes called instructors instead of professor. Professor at UC Dublin is rarely used and will likely only be the head of the department or the chairperson. So you'll likely hear more of the term lecturer or tutor or mentor used for your faculty and support staff for Dublin Summer Chemistry. Dublin also offers a calculus-based physics program where you're going to cover 2 quarters worth of physics over 8 weeks, which again is 2 4-week blocks. Each week is going to include 3 2-hour lectures, 1 1-hour Q&A with the course instructor, 3 90-minute tutorials, and 2 3-hour labs every week. It's estimated that each mode will require you to do at least 50 hours of independent study on top of the weekly schedule. You'll have an exam every other week for this program, but you will have a weekly assessment on problem sets, and attendance is mandatory and part of your grade. I will note that this is calculus-based physics, and calculus is used in instruction, but it's not heavily used in your exams or your written papers or your lab reports. So this is more in keeping with the life science approach rather than the engineering disciplines. That is a different program, as Kelly mentioned. Again, due to the condensed nature of the program, any changes to your times table or rescheduling of your assessments are not going to be possible. And so if you find that you're struggling in the program, we would have you talk to your professor and your tutor immediately, as it's going to be important to keep up with the new material as you progress through this fast-paced program. Again, Lecturers and teaching assistants are readily available to you, and you have the advantage of small class sizes. And the same note about faculty are often called lecturers and not professors, the way that you might be used to at the UC system. Lastly is going to be the University of Glasgow, which also offers a fast-paced program of calculus-based physics. You'll again be covering 2 quarters worth of physics over 8 weeks, so that's 2 4-week blocks. This program does require a substantial time commitment of full class attendance, lab participations, reading, which is very important for this program, and time spent studying and doing homework outside of the class. Each week, you're going to have 2 3-hour class sessions, but I will note these are not lectures, and we'll talk about that in a second. You're going to have 2 3-hour labs per week, 2 3-hour small group tutorials, and 2 2-hour problem solving workshops. You will have an exam every week, and you will need to do approximately 12 hours of self-study per week and should expect a minimum workload of 35 hours per week to be successful in this series. The program at Glasgow uses a mixture of flipped classroom and contingent learning design. And this means that students are expected to complete pre-session readings and pre-session tests while your class meeting time is focused on a mentor-led group discussion, not a lecture. So your role in this program is going to be to take ownership of your learning outside the classroom so that you are prepared to actively participate in problem-solving activities that reinforce your learning during class meetings, tutorials, and problem-solving workshops. Although very different than what you're used to, many students do find this mode to be engaging and motivating. There is continuous assessment that includes regular tests, exercises, and lab work. And you'll be working in small groups, each with a dedicated peer tutor or peer mentor. There is a significant amount of contact time, again, with peer groups and peer mentors during sessions. Although you do have access to all teaching staff during whole group discussions and drop-ins, a majority of your time will be spent in your peer group and with your tutor or mentor in this program. There won't be a didactic lecture component with Glasgow Summer Physics, and I'll talk just a little bit more about that again at the end. But for now, I'll turn it back over to Kelly to talk about what to expect as a student in these programs.
Thank you so much, Amber. All right, so let's start with University College Dublin. So we hope that when you're there, you will also take advantage of your environment, right? That's the point of study abroad, along with the new teaching methodology. So let's talk about campus. So UCD, University College Dublin, is a modern university campus on the southern edge of Dublin. It's a 25-minute bus ride to get into the city center. And UCD, the campus itself, feels like the modern sections of UCLA. So you can picture, if you can picture South Campus, Sunset Village, YRL, that is the look and feel of campus. However, Dublin itself is more of what you picture when you think of a historical city in Europe, and it is known for its welcoming residents and student-friendly atmosphere. And there you can visit the Stone of Destiny or explore your inner royalty, like we like to say, at the Dublin Castle. As for housing, when you're on campus, going back to campus, you will be in a single room in a 4-bedroom, 2-bath suite. You will have a shared kitchen and dining area, and you will be approximately a 5-minute walk away from class. As for meals, there is a meal plan included. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are provided Monday through Friday, and students are responsible for their weekend meals. I just want to throw in here for UCLA students, this won't be your UCLA dining experience, but you will have meals included. So a little bit more on the experience type. Every UCAP program page tells you something here, well, tells you many things, but program, when you look at program at a glance, you can see the experience type. And for this one, it is UC curriculum. It's themed, meaning you focus on um, chemistry or physics, depending on the program you're choosing. And you are taking classes with UC students. As for the cultural and social activities, the such programming activities may include a visit to Dublin's cultural and social hotspots and trip to Cliffs or Moher and Giant's Causeway. So you get to explore outside of campus as well. So let's go to Scotland. So if you are going to be studying at the University of Glasgow, then as for campus, it is here you will encounter Gothic arched windows and you will walk the halls where Einstein once lectured. And the campus is located in Glasgow's Bohemian West End neighborhood. As for the city itself, it is famed for its Victorian architecture and it is a cultural hub home to the inspiration of Hogwarts. So if you are a Harry Potter fan, you will feel like you're in the setting of the book or the movie. And you can explore museums, take a free tour of the Glasgow Cathedral, or visit the Scottish Highlands. Now back to campus, what you can expect from housing here is a single room and shared bath in a 2 to 5 person residence, and you'll be a 15-minute walk from class. As for meals, you will have breakfast, lunch, and dinner provided Monday through Friday afternoon, which means that Friday evening through Sunday, you will be responsible for your meals. And here you can see a student in those arches that I talked about earlier. And here it's a similar experience type. You are taking classes with UC students with intentional programs and excursions to help you discover the culture and beautiful sites of Scotland. So a program excursion a program activity rather, can look like a day trip in the Highlands or participating in Scottish cultural activities. All right, so now I want to talk about UCAP Summer Physics a little bit more because we get so many questions that I want to address. So first, one thing that students ask is, which one is easier, taking physics at UCLA or taking physics abroad? And I will say that none of them. This is not the way to think about the physics program. So physics abroad is not the easy way out. These programs are rigorous and fast-paced. So they might challenge you in a different way that a UCLA physics course might challenge you. Each program is different from one another. So Dublin versus Glasgow versus UCLA, because every institution differs in teaching methods, grading, class, lab hours, homework, exams, housing, meals, even if we're thinking about the experience. So it's really hard to compare in that sense. And just so you know that UCAP courses do factor into your UCLA GPA. So if you unsuccessfully complete one or more courses, you cannot retake them at UCLA to fix your GPA. So as you were listening to this presentation, you have some questions or you really want to find the program that's a good fit for you, please do not hesitate to reach out because we want to help you make that choice and find one where you will be successful. The great thing is that you have options. You don't just have to take physics at UCLA, you can explore other teaching methodologies and still arrive at the same place as your peers. So that's what I want to say on the topic. And I'm going to give it back to Amber, who's going to talk more about the flipped classroom design.
Excuse me. Thanks, Kelly. I think that's a brilliant segue into experiencing a different educational modality, and that's something that you will experience if you guys choose Glasgow Summer Physics Program. As I mentioned earlier, they use flipped classroom and contingent learning. Um, Although I understand that various UCLA courses also make use of the flipped classroom modality, UG's program is going to differ in that you will not be reviewing video lectures or lecture content prior to class meetings. Instead, students are expected to complete pre-session reading, so reading from the textbook, as well as graded tests, while class sessions are focused on mentor-led discussions, which allow students to specify issues and problems that they'd like to dive into deeper. So the emphasis on this program is also with group work and peer learning. That's the contingent learning aspect. And the key to success in such a learning design is that you take an active participation by each member of the class. So by signing up for the class, students are entering into a learning partnership with their mentor and the rest of the peer group, where they're going to be contributing as a vital piece to the group as a whole. This is not a passive didactic teaching design. The teaching team does, excuse me, the teaching team, the support team does not have access to tests and exams ahead of time. And their role is to help students master the content of the course rather than coaching the students towards the exam. This is an uncomfortable skill set, but it does mirror the preparation for graduate level standardized exams, such as the MCAT, which I think is going to be the next topic that Kelly will discuss is our pre-health students taking this program abroad.
Thank you, Amber. Yes, so we know that many students who participated in the summer physics program are thinking about medical school as a long-term goal. So we just want to clarify some things about the process. So although you can use this curriculum to satisfy UCLA physics requirements, there are no assurances on whether medical schools will accept the credit for these courses or not. However, historically, UCLA students have not had any issues with this curriculum for medical school acceptance. So we've never seen any issues or heard of any issues, but ultimately it is your responsibility to check in with those medical schools that you're interested in applying for. Usually you can reach out to the admissions office just to
Mhm.
double, triple check.
Triple check. Yeah, I can co-author that, Kelly. The coursework is going to be part of your UCLA transcript. You will receive grades and units. It is taught in English, so that all indicates that there wouldn't be an issue with pre-health programs, particularly medical schools. But yes, we always recommend triple checking, but it has never been an issue.
Thank you, Amber. And Amber would know best because Amber works with students from all UCs. So she has definitely seen it all. All right. So now let's quickly go over program costs and funding. So in every UCAP program page, you can find the program cost. And what's included in this estimate is UC tuition, round trip airfare, housing, meals, any excursions and activities that are part of the program, passport and visa fees, books, supplies, and other living expenses that you'll find on site, like laundry or transportation, metro tickets. It does not include UC campus fees that may be applicable. You're not paying for UCLA tuition, but there might be one or two other fees that are applicable. It does not include graduate student fees or tuition for non-California residents. There is a cost calculator below that you can use to find out what the cost would be if any of those variables apply to you. So with that said, the estimate here is 15,948 for the organic chemistry program or the Dublin Summer Chemistry program. For Dublin Summer Physics, you are looking at 13,448. If you want to do one of the Glasgow Summer Physics programs, the Physics for Engineers is 12,332 and Physics for Life Sciences similar. Now, I do recommend that you check the cost section because sometimes these numbers are updated. So we get asked often, can I use my UCLA financial aid for a study abroad program? And the answer is yes, you definitely can. And then students say, well, I'm not crazy about my financial aid package that I get in the summer. I really want to avoid loans at all costs. Are there scholarships? And again, the answer is yes. And I encourage you to view the webinars that we have about this in our GLOW programming so that you can learn more about it. And if you're attending live, Amber just put a link in the chat for UC EAP scholarships. So look to UCAP, look to our office for scholarship information. All right, so finally, steps to apply. I'm going to zoom through this because you have this on the program pages, but Dublin Summer Chemistry, you have to at least be in sophomore standing. So that means you can go as early as the summer after your freshman year. You need a minimum 2.5 GPA, and those prerequisites that I mentioned earlier, you need to have completed them by the time you go abroad or have the equivalent credit on your DARS, your UCLA student record. For Dublin Summer Physics, it's very similar, at least be in sophomore standing, minimum 2.5 GPA, and have completed those prereqs that I mentioned earlier. For Glasgow Summer Physics for life sciences, also need to be at least in sophomore standing, minimum 2.5 GPA, and complete the courses that I went over earlier. And for the engineer track in Glasgow, same thing, sophomore standing, minimum 2.5 GPA, and the courses that I talked about earlier. I went through this very quickly, but you can find this on the program page of each of these pages. So eligibility section of the UCAP program page will remind you of all this criteria. And if you have any questions about this criteria, you can also reach out to me for more information. All right, so where is the application? You can go to my.ucap.universityofcalifornia.edu, create your profile, and choose the program that you want to apply for. You need to submit both the UCAP application and our UCLA IEO application simultaneously before the deadline. Now, when can you access these programs? They are going to be open. Applications will be open November 1st. And for all three, the deadline to submit is January 31st, 2024. So is it competitive to be accepted? Will I go on this program if I apply? We know that you apply early and then you don't hear back until winter quarter. So we just don't want this to be full of suspense for you. So I'll tell you now that if you meet and maintain the program's eligibility requirements, and you submit your application before the deadline, then I'm so happy to nominate you and tell UCAP that you have our full support to attend this program. And after that, UCAP is also going to support your application, and there is no reason why you shouldn't be accepted to either of these programs. So what's really important here is to reach out if you have any questions about the eligibility requirements so that we can address them before the applications close. All right, so I just want to give it a brief, just let you know that if you have any questions left, enter them now. We are closing the presentation. And if you want to contact us for more information, we are located in Murphy Hall, 1332 Murphy Hall. You can also give us a call or email us at our general inbox, which is info@ieo.ucla.edu. We are also on social media. You can see pictures that students have submitted of their time abroad. So take note of our social media handle. It is UCLA IEO. And we are also available through virtual advising. So you can go to ieo.ucla.edu/contact and you can attend a drop-in advising session. You can also request to schedule one-on-one advising. So if you want to talk about this program, I am currently the advising for this program. So you can reach out to me, request to schedule a meeting with me and we can talk about the program some more. And finally, I do encourage you to join our newsletter. We will have more information sessions, more events on campus, and this is the best way to stay up to date. I will put the link in the chat soon for those of you who are here attending live. And Amber as well has put her contact information so that you can email her if you have any questions. All right, so I don't see any questions, so I just want to thank everyone for attending today. Thank you for watching this webinar. I really hope that you will take advantage of these fantastic opportunities abroad and that you will see what else we're offering this week and watch more of our GLOW webinars. So thank you so much, and I'll let Amber give any last words or at least say goodbye to you all now.
Thanks, Thank you, Kelly, and thank you for the students for joining us today. These are fantastic options for you all to consider, so please reach out if you have any questions or would like to talk further.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.